this trade. I'm going live a little bit early because I want to enter this trade right now. All right. I wanted to go live. Put on the headphones real quick. Wanted to show y'all a live trade. And I knew. Oh, this mic is down low. I knew I was going to go live. I mean, I knew I wanted to enter this trade. I was about to go live, and I was like, man, let me just enter it now. Before, wanted to do it, show some people up there. Okay, so some of the new folks. Because this one for show, it said cross right up here. Yesterday, I was trying to find one to see that showed cross, but it showed cross like this. But then when I went to enter it, I guess that's how they changed. That's how they updated the app. When I went to enter it, hold on a second, let me move this way. When I went to enter it, I hit this, and then I'm so used to doing this on the phone app. I got to be honest with you, I'm like, I don't understand why it automatically put it back on isolation. So, anyways, I just entered this short real quick on Fartcoin. Now, this is a little bit of I'm cheating ahead a little bit on this, okay? I'm cheating ahead on this one. I don't think that this is exactly following the strategy that I usually do, except for the fact that there was a red dot. There was a red dot on the 10-minute here, but not the 1 hour. I just felt like this wick, we had already gotten a red dot here. We're really deep in the, high here is on the 75 line. We got a green dot. It was kind of like a head fake, and I'm thinking that was the scam wick, basically, and that this is going to roll over. That's what I think. Fartcoin is very volatile compared to Bitcoin, so you got to be careful. But, it ran up pretty damn high, to be honest with you, to come all the way back to here. And I wanted to do it when we started the stream, but I'm like, oh, it's about to roll over right now. So we'll see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I haven't put in a stop loss yet. I only did 10x on this. It's more for like a swing. This is not really a scalp. Make sure. We hear anything out here? All right. We just bumping music to make sure it sound okay. But yeah, I just jumped in a quick live trade. Real quick. Man, I'm over here grooving. I don't know if you guys see my Twitter, Instagram. I went to an epic party last night after the live stream. Penthouse rooftop party. My man Ben Hopefield from DSO days. He's out here in San Francisco. And, that party was lit. So you see the video I made, the montage video I made, I put out on my Instagram and my Twitter. So far, I put it on LinkedIn also. I'm on every platform. Follow your boy Cassius Couve on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. I'm on everything at Cassius Couve. The only thing that I don't use right now is TikTok. And my TikTok is at Poppin' Crypto. I actually do have a Cassius Couve TikTok. But I ain't used TikTok in years. I'm going to have to get back on it. But, yeah, Pinterest, everything. Follow your boy. I'm at Cassius Couve. There's only one Cassius Couve, baby. You better believe it. You better believe it. There's only one Cassius Couve. You better believe it, baby. Woo! We in this thing. Let's go. We entered the trade, man. And we don't care. We already winning on the trade. Did I catch the perfect top? No, because I was dicking around trying to go live. But, man, I would have been a little bit higher. You know, I like being higher. It's only 10x, so you know what? We'll call it fair. Bought back the wiggle room, and this one is for a longer-term hold. So we'll see. I mean, unless, whenever I say long-term hold, you never know, man. If the money starts flowing, if I'm looking at green in the face, I might take the profit. You feel me? So, anyways, I just jump, man. Usually, I don't even trade on the stream that much. It's my 8th stream. Appreciate everybody's been rocking with me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the game for a long time. I've been a crypto entertainer, whatever you want to call it, for 4 or 5 years now, and I've been obviously trading that whole time. Stocks before crypto, and like, for whatever reason, I never did lives. I never was a live stream guy, and I was like, you know what? The time has come. You feel me? So now we doing them. I can rock music. I got so much stuff in my brain. I just want to get it out. I know so much knowledge, so much game to share about crypto trading, stocks, markets. And, we're going through a time period, all eyes on the market right now. We have a new administration, and the markets are tanking right now, and everybody's wanting to know why, what's going on, and what does that mean for crypto? And, today was a green day after we had some pretty epic bad red days earlier this week. And I think it's just a nice little bounce here. Dead cat bounce is probably going to go down more. There's a lot of people on Twitter. I actually just reposted one on Twitter, and I don't even usually. Says usually when stocks fall and Bitcoin doesn't, everyone starts noticing how well Bitcoin is doing, and people start talking about it. And then shortly thereafter, Bitcoin falls too. And that's basically what I said this morning on mine as well. Bitcoin does not lead the stock market. I'm sorry, y'all. It just doesn't do that yet. We'll see if there's comes a day where Bitcoin decouples from the NASDAQ, from the tech stocks especially, but it's still traded as a risk asset. Obviously, the altcoins even more so. And, you just have to know that. No matter how much you believe in Bitcoin, like nobody believes in Bitcoin more than I do. I got it on my neck. But like the way it trades and price action as a trader is different between being a long-term investor and a trader. And as a trader, I got to know what's going on. I got to keep it a thou. I need to know what's real and what's fake. And you guys can comment on the hype if you want, but you can tap in with Cash Gouvet and get the real. Because when your money's on the line, I don't give a damn about hype. I need to know the truth when the money is on the line. You feel me? So that's why I got to look at everything. I think it's a dead cat bounce. And like I always say, go long strength and short weakness. I think Fartcoin is going to be some weakness. Call it a hunch. But we'll see. We will see. I better put in a stop loss, though, or just in case shit happens situation. I got a little wiggle room on this. It's funny because 10x, to me, 10x seems like a lot of wiggle room. A lot of people, that's not huge, but that can start getting bigger as far as what you're willing to do on leverage. I go full blown on it, full blown DJ. Look at this downtrend. You can see. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to trading view. You can see this downtrend happening. Some people call it cup and handle. Cup and handle is one of those ones. Someone asked me the other day, do I believe in chart pattern trading? I'm like, there's a couple that are real, but cup and handle is one of the ones I do not believe in. Okay, and look, this would have already been validated. And look at all those yellow X's. So somebody caught the bottom of this and caught something. Maybe not. They probably got to stop here. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that are like suggestions. A lot of things that are not actually hard and fast rules when it comes to trading. There's so many things that you hear people talk about. Oh, this thing does this, and when it does this, it does this. And when it draws a cup and handle, if you guys don't know what a cup and handle is, it's because it's a cup and then there's a handle. And after that, we're supposed to go to the moon. Boy, I've seen that shit invalidated so many times. There's no point. I'm not in the sometimes business, y'all. That's what I'm trying to get at. Do it work? Sometimes. Why? Here's the thing. No matter what strategy you do, you got a 50-50 chance of being right. Because price goes up or price goes down. 1 to 2. That's all it do. So, anybody who's a good salesman to make it sound like they're a genius with their strategy 86% of the time. I don't know why everybody always land on 86%. That seemed like the number everybody land on. But I'm like, bruh, that shit is 50-50 with your strategy, okay? All it is that you are good at cutting your losses when it goes against you. And that's commendable. And that should be appreciated. And this is also, though, goes to the point of trading doesn't have to be hard. If you have good bankroll management, if you prepare to cut your losses, then you'll be all right. And speaking of which, I better set my stop loss. All right, so what are we doing here? All right, I really jumped in it in haste. I hadn't been analyzing it too long. This was more of a gut feel. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have to spend hella time doing TA and drawing all the lines and shit anymore. Oh, you got a line here. What are we doing here? I don't have to do that shit no more, bro. I just look. And I look at this. I look down here. Market Cipher B. Okay? I was like, ooh, I almost wanted to go in before that red dot. And I was like, oh, let me just see if I can wait a little bit for the stream. And I look up and there was the red dot. I'm like, I'm going in. I'm going in. So basically, when you change time frames, your circle gets bigger. So basically, where should I set my stop loss? Okay, so let's talk about this. Honestly, you guys, I don't think I've talked about stop losses yet, where people set them. So this goes down to, okay, I'm going to say the rules of trading. You got to know the rules of trading before you break the rules of trading. This is one of the standard rules for trading is where do you set your stop loss? And a lot of people will say just above the last swing wick high. So this wick right here, basically, right? The last wick high. Either that, or if you think it'll break out past that, then maybe this one over here. That is kind of a rule of thumb. And you know what also gave me pause too? I'm sorry, I know I got ADD with this shit. There was one more thing, because I look at all the time frames, you guys. There's a green dot on the 1 day here. It did give me a little bit of pause, I'm not going to lie. This green dot on the 1 day means Fartcoin wants to go higher. 1 day takes a long time to roll over, you guys. It does. And it printed a green dot here, right? So obviously we got a red dot down. You see, but this is also why you can't it's more accurate on the short term when I'm just doing when I do the scalping strategy. I'm basically abandoning every other indicator and just looking at the blue momentum waves and the red and green dots on the 1 hour and the 10 minute. Okay, so like super short time frames. But on the 1 day, that will get you wrecked. This is a perfect example right here. There was no blue. There's no dots. They're certainly not confirmed. Maybe they flashed right here. Maybe I don't know because I wasn't there. Maybe there was a green dot that flashed right here, but then disappeared. That's very possible. But like it would take you all freaking day to find out. And basically, the dots don't quote unquote print, meaning are going to be on the chart forever until the candle actually closes. So let's get into the nuance of it. This is the thing. God, I really want to help new traders. I really do. But I got the advanced class too. You get what I'm saying? So this is kind of for the advanced. Again, I'm trying to teach you how to break the rules of trading here, okay? So you can see these waves when you zoom in, right? It's really two waves, a light blue and a dark blue. And when they cross is what makes a dot print, okay? So the light blue crossed to the dark blue, and now, boom, you print the red dot. Same thing and vice versa, right? And so here it was right close, right? So I don't know if a dot flashed here. It's possible it did. That's a pretty big candle, right? So this green dot is more of a consequence of this dot. Now, here's the thing. The day just started 2 hours ago, right? It's 7:05 right now, and the day started at 5 p.m. my time is when a crypto day starts, right? It's 0 UTC time. And so it's like in England or something. So basically, this dot appeared. It did not appear and close here, which I'm sure some people were hoping for. It came here and appeared when we got bullish, right when the new day started. You know what? This is going to be a little science experiment here. This dot may not stay here, okay? Any uptrend is good, but this is not printed. This is printing. I mean, it's just showing. But we will have to wait another 22 hours to find out. You see what I'm saying? And what can happen in 22 hours? Will zigzag, ziggler, like this. You feel me? And so look at how much this zigzagged on price action before we actually got a dot to show up. You would have been wrecked, bro. Everybody got liquidated trying to play the dots on the 1 day, which is why I say take the profit. But it's also why I like short-term trading. You can predict it easier. It's just really that simple. I can predict it easier, okay? Oh, look, and here we go. Now we got that right. My hunch was correct. The red dot here on the 1 hour reappeared. This is a little false flag. We got the scam wick. Boom, we're right here. So now I'm actually perfect for the strategy, at least for the scalping strategy, which I probably hold longer, but it's kind of like every short-term strategy can roll up into a bigger strategy. You feel me? So basically, good. We got a red dot here. I cheated. I did cheat. I got in early. I got in up here. Oh, I got to go back to show you on Phemex. I got in early, so I'm a little bit above price right now. So I'm green. And I love when you get a good entry, right? This feels like a great entry right now. I mean, I could get squashed, but so far, so good. You know what I'm saying? I caught a top. Maybe it wasn't the top, but it looks like it might be, right? So if I caught a top, I start off green. I'm up, what am I? $15 already, that quick. Yay. But, you know, the point is I didn't even have that big of a position yet. You know, you feel good when you feel like you got a good entry. If I'm wrong, it's conceivable, right? Something could happen. Something could happen. You know, I still don't think so. I got the wind at my back. I got my 1 hour red dot and my 10-minute red dot, and I just entered early, you know? And, again, like I said, it was a hunch, man. I seen this movie before. This is what I don't know really what to tell y'all other than I got a boatload of experience. And when Cassius Couvé chooses to look at something closely, let me tell you, it's a motherfucking microscope. I watched this shit all year last year. How do these waves act in real time? In real time. Now, Fartcoin, I got to admit, this is literally the first time I ever traded Fartcoin. So this is not Bitcoin, all right? That matters. That matters. What ticker you're trading matters. So this is a science experiment, right? Trying to get cute, doing what I normally do on a coin I never traded before. Maybe I'll get screwed. But, you know, it does seem to trade. I've watched it a little bit. I've never traded it, but I have watched it. It's still a hot coin compared to a lot of other stuff that have completely fallen off. Perhaps this is not the shittiest shit coin, right? When I say go long strength and go short weakness. Perhaps this is not. In fact, it ain't. So maybe this is a good actually. In fact, it's actually been a strong coin compared to Bitcoin. The thing about it is, though, if it does turn bearish, it's a volatile ticker. So I'll make up for it in my, I'll get one of these candles. Let me go back. I'll get one of these big candles on the way down and take my profit maybe. But we'll see here. maybe this is not the best coin to short, actually, in hindsight, right? I was actually looking for other coins, looking at this one, Jasmine. This one has been so damn bearish. I mean, jeez. You know what I'm saying? It's just a waterfall, you know? Like, is there any buyers left for this coin? Look at this. Ugh. It's below where, Jesus Christ. It's almost, this is the only thing about trading those kind of coins. I mean, shorting them. They're so bad. It's like you don't know if some buyers just might come in and push the price up. Big money can actually move it. That's the only thing about that. But otherwise, it's not like I have any reason to think that Jasmine is going to the all-time high anytime soon. You feel me? So it's like you may as well short weakness and live with the consequences if it just magically wants to come strong again, right? Now, here's Bitcoin. The reason why I can tell that Fartcoin is actually bullish relative to Bitcoin, so probably this is a bad idea to short this coin. I'm calling it out now. Breaking my own rules here. But Bitcoin did not come back. We had a green day, yay, but Bitcoin didn't come all the way back up here. This is when the tariff announcement was. So Fartcoin did. But that's also kind of why I'm like, okay, it overshot its skis, right? Like Fartcoin is, yay, Fartcoin's back, y'all. Give me a freaking break, bro. Fartcoin is not leading the market. There's certain things I wish I could say on here that I can't say, bro. Like this. I'm a nice guy, but I really like cussing out dumbasses. Anyways, Fartcoin's not going to the moon. Let me just make this clear so you guys. Fartcoin's not going to all-time high again. Not happening. Okay? Not happening. So you can save that video, okay? It's not leading the market. It's not going to lead Bitcoin back to 110,000. It's not happening. Okay? This is what I say when I'm like trading by myself. I'm like cussing at the screen. I'm like, this is some old bullshit. All right? This is some old bullshit. Ain't no way in hell Fartcoin is going to lead the market all the way back up to all-time highs. Fuck out of here, bro. This is an overreaction to a green day, is my hunch. I'm telling you, I did all these calculations in about 2 seconds in my brain. I don't even know what made me look on Fartcoin. I think Fartcoin was up on this screen. It was like accidentally pulled up on something. I think it was on Phemex. And I was like, what the hell, Fartcoin? And then I look, because I thought it was Bitcoin. I think I was getting ready for the stream. I was like, that's Fartcoin? Because the Fartcoin was all the way at the bottom of my list. I hadn't even had Fartcoin on my list. Let me pull back. I didn't even have Fartcoin on my list over here, like as my standard coins that I've been watching all year. Fartcoin kind of came about after I was already doing I had a million tickers to short. I didn't need another one. But like, it was like a late meme coin that got hyped when people had forgotten about a lot of other meme coins. So that's a risky business because it could come back and get love again sometime, something that's been more recent. But, you know, it's not like dead, right, like some of the other ones. But at the same time, it still gives you that volatility. And if everything tanks, Fartcoin's going to tank too, y'all. Fartcoin's not going to counter the market. Bullshit. So now that we got Bitcoin potentially looking bearish. This all started with reading some tweets that I tweeted this morning, but just now before I got on here, when I tweeted out the live stream, and then I seen the first tweet I seen up there talking about Bitcoin. Because I already know, I said that this morning. I'm like, okay, stock market's falling. Bitcoin's been holding up relatively well. But, it feels good in the moment. But you guys, crypto is not going to go up when the stock market falls. Now, granted, it's only been one freaking day. It could go up more for, another couple of days. And that, plus you're going to the weekend, right? All of a sudden, the degens want to get excited on the weekend and buy all the crypto. That can happen. If that does happen, let's say I get stopped out as Fartcoin, which I still have not set the stop loss yet. Again, I'm only goofing off this. If I had 50x or something on here, I wouldn't even be talking right now. I'd be looking at it. But I only got 10x leverage. So I got a pretty wide screen. I'm like, I gotta look way over here for this and way over here for that. But I got on Phemex. This is my Phemex sub account, the one I use for trading, cash too. Okay, I got a million trades in the other one. This one, I just put $1,000 on. That's only $100, real money. You know what I'm saying? Nothing big. That's all. This account. Remember, I only started this account with $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really going hard. This is more so just for an example. Just to show you guys some example trades. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mind. I'm gonna start live trading more like hardcore, like I do when I'm by myself. When I get more used to the technical crap. Because what I think is gonna happen is, I'll be digging around with some windows and trying to get the sound right, and you guys can't hear me. I'm trying to read a chat or getting this and this and that. And what's going to end up happening is I'm going to mess around and lose some trades and look like a dickhead. So I'm not trying to do that. That's why I'm not doing no big trades on here or like the scalping strap. But I'm going to. Once I got all this down, like in my sleep, I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. I rushed in here today and I was able to get it ready going. I got to make the thumbnail, all that kind of stuff. Get my little playlist going, you know what I'm saying? I had to start this one out with the Flopping Groper rap. Shout out to my man Flopping Groper. At 100K over, be swole as the Flopping Groper. And now we were doing 100 push-ups a day till Bitcoin saw 100K. I was getting my swole on, too. Still doing all right. We're going to be back in the business here in a minute. I got to be swole by the time I hit the Bitcoin conference. Look, I'm up $34. Man, I was up, what was it, $15 when I first said it? Up there. I got a good entry, y'all. Like, any way you slice it, this was a good entry for what we're looking at, right? Now, will we break below this? Right, so, okay, let me go back to TradingView, because TradingView is where we do the TA. You could do it on Phemex, but TradingView is the universal. So where we're on Fartcoin, let's do it in a 10-minute. That was a 10-minute chart on Phemex. So, to me, I don't have to draw the lines. It's pretty damn obvious to me. But support and resistance, that's pretty obviously support right there, right? So what we're looking for, okay, for those who don't know, support and resistance are places where the price tends to bounce off of. Okay, it's just like what the name sounds like. Support. It's support for the price. Like it comes down here, it might bounce. That might be quote unquote the bottom, at least for this local bottom, right? Depending on whatever time frame you're on. And then resistance, same thing, but up top. So support is this line here in white. Okay, what I'm gambling on, I don't know what you want to call it. What I'm betting on is that it's going to go lower. I think this is for a swing. I think it's going lower. I think because we got our 1 hour red dot, we got our 10-minute red dot. Like this gave it its second push. This was, this had its head fake. This was the head fake. This was the scam wick. That's the bet I'm taking right now. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Red, green, red, Christmas light, and yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Right. That's my thesis. That's what I should say. Now, this line here is actually a line from Market Cipher B. I keep it there. It's somewhat of a moving average. I don't know what it is exactly, but because the regular Market Cipher default, they have like a whole fan of lines, which is cool, but it's just too much stuff on the screen. So I picked this one that was kind of in the middle. It's made it white and pink, and it just gives me a little bit of a guidance of like a long price action, and it changes along with the with your actual time frame. Whereas this yellow line is a 5-day moving average, and that does not. That's going to look just the same as if it's on a 10-minute or the 1 hour. But this you see how that line doesn't look, before it was hugging it, it doesn't do that on the 1 hour. And then even, if you go up to 4 hours or whatever. So there's a lot of reasons that Fartcoin could hold up, right? This is still going up. We got a lot of stuff. I'm betting on a lot of stuff here. I'm early, which is usually my problem. But this time it feels good. So look, 2 hours technically still up as long as you see a green, right? All these are technically still pointing up, all the way. I got green dots across the board, all the way. So then why is Cassius Cuvée betting on going down? Well, because of this candle, basically, because I think the market is fake. I think this pump was fake. I think this overshot its skis. I think it overplayed its hand. Remember how on Monday, it was the very first stream I ever did on Monday when I entered that real quick to show you guys, but then Sheeb the next day just shot straight up for no reason, and Bitcoin didn't, then everything tanked after that. This is kind of how I feel like that, right? Like, why is this really outperforming to the upside so much? And you could say, because the larger time frames got bullish, it was so bad it was good maybe. Well, I just don't think this is going to the moon. I really don't. I think I caught the top here. That's Scamwick. That's what I think. We'll see. It'll be fun to see. But look, this is still going in my favor. Still going down. I'm up $36 now. Let me see how quick it happens too, you guys. Like that, I didn't even put a lot of money on that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I put $100 on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already up 30. What percentage are they calling it? Where is it? Does it say on here? Yeah. Okay. Exactly. It should be 10. I was making sure it should be. So I'm up 35% right now. That quick. You know what I'm saying? If you make 35% in a year on a stock market, you're a hero. You feel me? You're a hero if you make 35% in a year. I'm gonna show you. I had a guy in our group asking some questions about how to navigate Phemex, and so Phemex. This is here. So this is how the green is my unrealized profit, $37. When you click this, it brings up your P&L, and so yes, I'm up 37%. 37. In this case, it's a 1-to-1 ratio because it's $100 at a 10x leverage. So, but yeah, I'm already up 37%. I wish I had $1 million on this. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fake number, okay? Crypto faces like $10 or $20 million trade right now. Some people got $1 million on this shit, you know? But like, I don't know, man. I'm just good at calling tops and bottoms and shit. Look at this, man. This entry, honestly, I'm not trying to cap, but I was late because I was dicking around trying to get this live stream going. Like this, I would have been really at the top. You want to know secret? I also entered in my private account too. I don't have a trade on Fartcoin and I want to get some action. So I did actually get this first candle in my private account, but that one's not for showing you guys. That's larger money. So anyways, I came and I was like, I better do it on the live stream also. So there you have it. I confess. I did get in at the very top, just on another account, and this was delayed because of that. And I was trying to get the rest of this stuff set up. And I was trying to wait. I was like, well, we'll just show that one. I'll do it on the screen maybe because maybe I'm early on that one. I was down like, I was not green at first. Not at first. That's why this line is here. Because look. So usually I just do an orange line to show my entries. This is a Phemex entry. I didn't even say. So we can write Phemex short right here, right? So this is actually where I entered 5.3. Did I change it 5.355? What is it on here? Where is the actual entry? Mark price. Yeah, 5.1. So on my private account, I'm in at 53 cents because I'm here. I marked it already when we did this 5.355 is where I got in on that. So, and remember, I was kind of zoomed in. You feel me? So I was waiting for it to go. So did I catch the perfect top? No, because I wanted to see it start reversing. You feel me? I caught. Maybe I did. I don't know where I went in. I went in like one of these two, a couple minutes, and then for this trade, we got in on like this candle. A little bit late, this candle here. So, listen, I mean, I ain't got no damn viewers on this one, but this is me entering the trade live as soon as it starts. I'm catching the top. I don't really know what else to tell y'all. I got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do, bro. Like I'm trying my hardest to find a way to teach it to folks because some of it is a bit of a gut feeling. I don't have to spend hell of time drawing lines and shit. Let's see if we bounce. Oh, back on TradingView. Let me see if we bounce off this right here because this moving average happens to have confluence with that support and resistance. Remember I said support and resistance was here. You can also draw it on this line. I just happen to use these for when I write my prices. So, you could draw it here. It's just that this line is, it could be a little wobbly or whatever, but, you'd be like, trying to grab it and do like this. You see I'm not exactly perfect. Let's see. If I really, really, really want to scalp and just give me my money, I could just take profit right here. But there's no point. I just don't think so. I think I got a lot of wind at my back. Okay, so let's see. The 1 minute has got a whole bunch of green dots. And this is what I was talking about, how you can't really trade off the 1 minute. I watch it. I look at it. I would like to know what is happening. But you're going to get false signals. It's inevitable. It's just too short. 3 minute, pretty short as well. But look, we just got a nice slide down on that 3 minute. You feel me? And again, let's double check. Where am I at right now? Up $33. I'm up 33%. I could have taken profit at 37%, and I would have made what a hedge fund makes in a whole year, 37% in one trade. But that's okay. That's okay. I didn't put in too much money. Be all right. All right, look. It's bouncing off that, which was here. Bouncing off that line. You feel me? You can say, oh, well, you should have taken a profit. Well, maybe. But just that quickly, you know what I'm saying? I think I caught a decent entry for a better move. And a matter of fact, I got a little cushion, right? And again, green is green. If you want to take the profit right here, I'm not mad at you. Do what you do. Do what you do. I just don't I'm sticking with the strategy. We ain't got no red dots here. Nothing goes straight down. We might even get a green dot here in a 3 minute, but no, nothing to panic about. Thank God I got a lot of wiggle room here too, So it's like, you never know. You can get a retracement too, But like, this was initially, my initial thought was for a longer term swing trade. Of course, just like you get a move in your direction so fast, it's hard not to take the profit if you're sitting here standing there watching it. Let's see. I'm basically what I'm waiting for is, let's see if these dots turn green. If they don't, we letting the strategy play out. That's what we're gonna do. Let me look at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Flat. Bitcoin ain't doing nothing. It came on down 1827. What time did I enter my trade? Where's this in here? Oh, I think I got to look at this. I got like order history and stuff like that. Play around with this stuff, you guys. And this is the thing. If you're new, one of the reasons why I tell y'all, oh, Hen Dog's in the house. This is what I'm just talking about you right now. I was thinking about you right now, Henry. If you're new, one of the reasons to make a lot of trades. Let me go back to Phemex. I'm showing Phemex right now, Henry. So this is your perfect chance to look at Phemex and how to navigate the platform, Henry. I got to make a tutorial video that's on my list to do this weekend. Bro, I got so much content to make. But so we have our open position, Henry. So I just entered a trade, and right when the thing started, right, fart coin, shorten it, and I caught a great entry, bro. That's my arrow. So on Phemex, you probably know this by now, but you can see. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit. This little arrow right here shows where the entry of a short was. It's a little red arrow pointing down. That means that's where I entered going down. It will look like that if that was closing along also. So you just got to keep that in mind. You just know because you did the trade, right? So I entered here. But down here is where you see your positions, okay? So it's fart coin, how much it was, entry price. I have not set a stop loss yet. I said that at the beginning of the video. I've only got 10x leverage on this. For me, that's not too much. But anyways, I'll set the stop loss. Don't worry. I already was up at peak at 37%. Just that quick, man. Just that quick. But like, okay, so we got size, everything. Anyways, I wanted to see. I said, what exactly time did I order this? So you can click on this order history, and it'll show it. Bitcoin. I mean, there's the previous one. So Fartcoin over here, 1854. I actually started my live stream early because I was entering this trade. I'm like, man, let's just do it. Let's just go. So, yeah, 1854 is where I entered that trade just a few minutes ago, whatever, right? So that was here. Fool around with this. So when you get a lot of reps, what I was starting to say was take a lot of reps so that way you can get a lot of data too, right? So you just get a lot of reps. You just learn better. Do in and out, in and out, in and out. See how much it's costing you, right? See like, oh, this is actually hurting me more than I thought on fees. Okay. Or maybe it's not the fees. So keep in mind, Henry, there's fees, but there is also a spread, okay? So when you're doing a market order, you're getting the worser side of this spread over here, okay? And it's obviously moving pretty fast, so it's hard to see in like the exact moment unless you're on one of those really small coins like when I was trading Degen. This is one of the reasons I was doing this, by the way. I'm going to show you guys real quick on Breakout Prop. When I was trading Degen, let me come back to here, you can see the spread. It moves so slow because it's such a shit coin, such low liquidity. D-E-G-E-N. Okay. So that's why it looks like this. That is literally the difference in the spread. That space. So you know that it's $5. Or when I was doing it, remember it was $5 is what it was. When I think I had just over $1,000 was my position, and $5 was the spread. So every unit is $5. You know what the spread is by when you're on a shitcoin like this. You can't tell when you're on Bitcoin or something that has more liquidity. But basically, we don't have the order book here, but Phemex does have the order book. This is the order book. So what this really means, Henry, is that these are all the outstanding orders, or all these, and this is the price, right? And these are the shorts, and these are the longs, okay? And they fight in the middle, and that's what makes a market, right? They fight in the middle. The spread is the difference between the two closest coins. Now, if you were going to look at highly liquid assets, whether it be stocks, crypto, whatever, the spread is always real tight, right? If you're trading like the S&P 500 or something, the spread is like a penny or something, okay? So, you can damn near just market buy in and out of that. It's not even that big of a deal, except for just like how quick you push the mouse, But if you got something with a big spread because it doesn't have much liquidity, you got to be careful because there's a thing called slippage. And slippage happens when you do a market buy. Like I thought the price was here, I put it in down here, but then there was actually a bigger spread, so you get the price way up here. Well, let me rephrase. It's not just the price, it's how much you buy, right? Think about this for a second now, right? If this has only got 10 coins here available, and then there's 15 here, and then there's 20 here, and there's 25 here, what's that all equal, right? But if I want to buy 1,000 coins, I'm buying all of these and then some. You see what I'm saying? So the price they're giving me is I'm getting the price of the 5, 10, 15, 20, all these, but then it's averaged out way up here. So I'm looking at this green. I'm buying it at 50 cents, 50.6 cents. But really, I'm not getting it at that price because of slippage. This is very important. As a matter of fact, I would like you to look up a video in your free time about slippage. But it's the reason why when people are teaching you how to trade, they're telling you to do limit orders instead of market orders. That is the reason, because slippage can screw you. Now, the thing is, it does matter how much money you're trading with. And this is the one thing I have to warn folks, because we always tell people, start small, learn it, whatever, right? You think you're doing good, I'm just going to market buy. But when you do a lot of money, if it's a low liquidity asset, and when I say a lot of money, that's basically relative to what's in the order book here. That lot of money will just eat all that up, and your entry will suck compared to what you thought. Like literally on the chart, it'll show this arrow lower than what you thought. You'd be like, what the hell? So this is why I just keep saying just reps, more reps. The more you do, you feel like you're getting gypped or whatever. Know how and why they're gypping you. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you the only way to really learn is to do it. But I would watch a video on slippage on YouTube. I don't have one offhand, but that's something you'll look up. The other thing is, so that's this. The other thing is that, it depends on the ticker. Let me read what you wrote. Okay, when I try to do a second trade in Phemex, says I have insufficient funds, but my wallet says I still got money. Short answer is you do have insufficient funds. But it probably depends on how much leverage you're using. I don't know why you think you have money in your wallet. I would think that, I don't know how much money you're putting on a trade, but if you're trading Bitcoin and you only got $100 in there or something, if you're at 2x, right, like $100 would be, you're using 50 of your dollars. So if you try to do one more trade, you're going to be a little bit over because they're accounting for like fees and stuff like that. If you want to experiment and you're in a trade that you're not losing, you can try moving the leverage from like 2x to 3x, and then it'll say that you have more money available. But it is, a little bit up to your neck trying to be risky. It's no problem to just stick with one trade in and out until you get a feel for it, you get some data. Check all these tabs. That's what I was saying before. Look at the tabs. Look at order history. Know what you're looking at feels like, what the hell is this? Conditional orders. Like, look at all this stuff, okay? Because even when I make a video for Phemex, I'm not going to go over every single tab on that video. I want to show people how to get signed up, make their first trade, and feel like they're doing something. Becoming a savant at Phemex, it'll happen over time. You just have to kind of go in and look around. Here's where you enter stop loss. Okay, I have not done it yet on this one. Slippage, yeah, you look up slippage, yep. Okay, you don't have to worry about it too much right now because you're not trading with a hell of a lot of money. So you're trading Bitcoin, it's plenty liquid. But just know the concept, because what they're going to teach you is basically what an order book is. And an order book is kind of foundational to trading. It's what, I won't say everything, but basically everything we're going to be trading is based on an order book. If you're on a centralized exchange, it's an order book. So, and this is a centralized exchange as opposed to a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange, which actually Phemex has decentralized exchanges. It's called MEMX now. There's a new thing. I don't want to confuse the hell out of y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're trading on a CEX, C-E-X, that stands for centralized exchange. Don't worry about all that other shit right now. That's what I'm trying to help people with. There's so much noise. There's a million, billion things. And I wish I could do nothing but advanced classes, but like, the thing is, the advanced traders all think they know everything anyways. Whether or not they should listen to me, I think they should, but they're doing their thing. So I'd rather help new people, and I'll keep it real with you from the very beginning. So that way, when you get more advanced, you're going to start seeing the difference between what I'm teaching you, and what someone else is teaching you. Sorry, no offense to no professional traders out there, but like, I can smell bullshit when I see it. So anyways, the basic rules, like I said, we've got to know the rules of trading before we can break them. So this is support right here. I can look at it and see. I don't need to draw the line, but we're going to draw the line anyways, right? I did it earlier before you jumped on here. This is, well, I'm not on Bitcoin. I'm not on Farcoin. Here's Farcoin. Oops. I got to get on TradingView. So you can see, as a matter of fact, I already drew the line here, Henry. This white line is basically support. It's a support range. It is a Rorschach test, right? Some people might say support was actually, down here between these two bottoms, right? And maybe we're kind of in a range now, right? Sometimes a trading range, support and resistant trading range. That's fine. That's fine. You could draw that purple rectangle if you wanted to that I had. That was more of a, like this, right? Like this is a trading range, we'll say, right? And I wanted to see what I was talking about before he jumped on is I wanted to see if Fartcoin would hold both support, and I didn't even I probably had it about here. I was probably looking at the bottom of this candle, not the wick. This is on the 10-minute chart. And I wanted to see if it was break that support, but I also wanted to see that this line broke. This is just a market cipher line. I'm not trying to confuse you guys. It's a moving average though. That's what this white line is, and it adjusts depending on what the time frame is. Okay, see the 24-minute, it's lower. The 1 hour, it's even farther away. Okay, the 1 minute, we've already, the 1 minute is real tight. So, it's just a guide. It's just a guide, kind of. It's not something I trade off of, but I want to see if it breaks down for something like that. You're like, okay, this has got a lot of momentum. I'm still looking down here, When I entered this trade, I entered it, like I said, entered early. However, I wasn't that early. I did see the red dot, okay? This red dot was there. I was like, that's when I was like, I better go in. And also, I was looking at this. The reason it felt a little early is because technically this red dot wasn't showing it. And this is why I'm glad we did this like live. I can't express it to you enough how much better it is to watch it in real time than to try to quote-unquote backtest. People are saying, I've got the greatest strategy of all time. Go backtest it. You can, but then you can't. Like when you try to, I want to zoom in. There's no way I know exactly. This is the 1 hour, right? When did this red dot appear on this 1 hour chart? I don't know. Anywhere in that hour. So you say, okay, well, I'll go back to the 10-minute. But how do I know that? I don't really know when the 1 hour red dot appeared. You get what I'm saying? This is why I was so dedicated, bro. I was just staring at the screen, going up and down time frames, wanting to see exactly the moment when the dot appeared on Market Cipher B. Like, okay, the 10-minute appeared here at 13:30. I know for a fact that the 10-minute has to appear before the 1 hour. So the 1 hour had to have appeared after 13:30. So let me go back and see, and the best case scenario would appear the exact same minute, which is unlikely for a 1 hour to appear the exact same minute as the 10-minute, but it could have. Maybe this is that volatile, So let's go back. We're going to say, okay, it was 13:30. I mean, it don't really help me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that's somewhere in the middle of here. You know what I mean? We do a whole lot of guessing. It's good to know because it's like it is kind of verification, like when the strategy will work. But this is why backtesting sucks, which is why I want to do live trading to show you guys in real time. So maybe you'll go back and watch the beginning of this video. But basically, I saw these two dots when I started this. When I first was signed up, maybe not when I started the stream, but right when I entered the trade, and I was like, bruh, this is fake. I think this overshot its skis on a green day and it's going to fall hard, even though technically Fartcoin has been bullish relative to Bitcoin. So. Because at first I was like, okay, I'm going to pull up this Jasmine, this shitty coin. It's like so bearish. Like, this is what you want to short. Weakness. Fartcoin technically was strength for the day. But I think it overshot its skis. The only other thing that gave me pause was this green dot here in the 1 day. But that could disappear. So the 1 day, our day just started at 5 p.m. And so we're only an hour and a half in. So this dot will appear. It's printing. It has not printed. And so the fact that it has appeared, it could disappear before the day is over. We got 21 hours, 21 and a half hours till that happens. So I look at this stuff, like, to me, I look at it so fast. I looked at it, I was like, I'm about to jump in this Fartcoin short. And I was like, wait, let me see. I was like, ooh, green dot on the 1 day. I was like, But look at, this is why I don't want to trade off the 1 day waves, just the waves. Look at this price action. Did we have a green dot appear here and then it disappeared here? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it appeared here just like this one and it'll disappear. I don't know. I didn't see it in real time. But that's a hell of a lot of price action for there not to be any dots. That's why it's hard to say just by looking at these waves. And when people zooming out to all those months and stuff, I'm like, I don't know. You can have crazy price action without having a dot. There's no way of really knowing when you're that far out. So that's why I like trading the short term. Because the 10-minute ain't going to do that to you. Not that bad. Not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll put it this way. As far down as this has gone, I know from watching these waves that this price is not going to go higher than my entry without showing me a green dot first. You feel me? It just doesn't happen that fast and that far. Okay, what we got? Phemex for me doesn't have a 10-minute timer. Okay, so let's help a little with the little Phemex navigation here. You can set that, okay? So we're back up here. So here's my 10-minute, right? What you do is you drop down here next to the weekly, and you can see your selected intervals. You feel me? So now, and I select, I'm going to select all of them. And you can, I think you can even edit and do custom ones too, I think. Let's see. Can I add? I don't know what I can add. I don't want to delete them, though. But basically, yeah, this is a save. So Oh, weekly. That's why it looks like that. So that's how you add the 10-minute. Tell me, did you get the 10-minute added? All you got to do is click 10-minute. Just like I don't have these other ones here. I don't have the monthly, 12-month, all that stuff. But if I did add it, then it would appear. So now it's on the monthly. So there's a 10-minute, and then I think then you'll hit edit and add. Let's see real quick. Let me see if I can I'll remove the 10-minute real quick. Okay. Hit save. So now the 10 minutes gone, right? The default is 5 to 10. Yep, you got it. Okay. So now to put it back, let's just get on something else, right? Put it back. We're gonna hit edit. Because if I went like this, if I just clicked it, it would turn it to the 10-minute, but it didn't save it there. You see, I want it saved up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit edit. Come on. Highlight it, and then hit save. And now it should permanently stay up here. Got to have the 10-minute. So this is trying to fight at support. You know, like I said before, if somebody wanted to come and take that 37% that they're up when it came down here, I wouldn't blame them. But sticking with the strategy, I mean, it's not like we had a green dot on the 3-minute when it first dropped down there, you know. Now we do, and now we got one on the 5-minute, right? And you might be looking like, ooh, should I take profit or what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you should. I'm up 24%. You're like, well, shit, I was up 37% for a minute. I was hovering around 34, 5, 6% for a while. Now I'm giving back money. But you know what? Let's stick to the strategy. Let's see what happens. We're not going to exit this trade. I originally thought it was the top. I got a red dot on the 1 hour, right? So the 1 hour's got my back still. I don't like this flat-ass wave, but I feel like this is a deep enough wave that it wants to roll over. But theoretically and technically, as long as there's no red dot on the 2 hour, it's still bullish. Even though it looks like it's curling over, technically it's still bullish. So it could go higher. And all of these are still pointing upward. There's no doubt about it that this, like, technically bullish. I'm trying to call a top. And that's not always the wisest thing to do, especially going into a weekend. Yeah, I use the 1 minute. I don't trade off the 1 minute, but I will look at the 1 minute because I'm going up and down these waves, and I'm seeing what is the actual, roll up into the other ones. So here we are on the 1 minute, and what's going on, But see all these false flags down here in the 1 minute? That's why you can't really trade off it because it's just too small. The 3 minute gave us a nice one down. Right, I could have exited on the second 3 minute dot. I could have, right? I'm giving back money now. What the hell? If anything, I'm cheating early on my exit more than my entry. It's better to be late than early on an entry and better to be early than late on an exit. I'll put it that way. Okay? It sucks, but you didn't make your perfect amount of money if you got out too early and goes farther, but you want to trade. See what happens here, man. I feel like this was a scam wick. I really do. You see that big-ass wick? I feel like that was a scam wick. And I caught the other side of it, and I'm not mad. I caught the top of it pretty much. Got a good entry. This is a live with the results type of situation. Okay, but here we go. Okay. No time like the present to enter a stop loss. So this is what I have not much talked about. Okay, so where do you enter stop loss on a swing trade, right? If this is not a straightforward scalping situation, which it wasn't, and I want to stick to my thesis. I want to stick to my thesis, you guys, because, yeah, you can bounce around. It's okay to break a thesis if you're going to get out of your trade early. That's okay because you won. Okay, fine, you won. But you don't want to go down with a sinking ship thinking that this was going to be a scalp, and then it turned into a swing, and then it turned into a long-term hold. That you don't want to do. That's when you get wrecked. But in this case, this was starting out to be a more of a long-term swing. Like I'm thinking my thesis is that it's going to come back down. Where's my I forgot I could put on the rectangle. My thesis is that it was going to come back down to here or farther. You see what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to find again, fart coin has not been the shittiest coin. I actually picked the strongest coin. I kind of fucked up. But this is also why I still, as an example of maybe not the right ticker to pick, but if you stick with the system, you'll still be all right. Why is the 3 minute better than the 1 minute? Anything with a higher time frame is going to be a little more accurate on trend because it takes longer for those trends to switch. The 1 minute trend is it's about as low as you're going to get. It's going to be schizophrenic, right? Oh, the trend went up. Oh, the trend went down. Trend went up, right? And then 3 minutes, same deal, but just not as bad as the 1. 5 minute, not as bad. 10 minute, that's the sweet spot according to my experience. Okay. If anything, I would enter on a 10-minute dot because I want to trade with the trend, and maybe I'd get out if I was scalping. I'd maybe get out early on a 5-minute or something. I was getting a feel for this ticker. Looked like it was reversing. Like we caught this big red candle. Maybe on this green one, I said, I don't know. But in this case, again, this is where I started going on my rant about my strategy for this specifically was a swing trade. So we're sticking with it. I'm not afraid of this because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the scalping strategy. Now that being said, there isn't a green dot on the 10-minute yet, so I'm technically not fighting a 10-minute green dot. But what I need to do is put in a stop loss, okay, Henry? Because a stop loss is how you protect your ass. And I have not done that yet, and that's a no-no. I've been chopping it up here, talking to myself. No, talking to you guys out here because I know some people are going to end up. Y'all are going to see that Cassius Couvé is a winner when it comes to this game. And I think more people are going to come back and watch my old live streams and realize that I wasn't playing this whole time. But there's certain things, okay, I did call out at the beginning before you got on about the support and resistance. And sometimes, like I always say about support and resistance, it's right until it ain't, right? You know, support and resistance about right here is like, well, shit, it bounced right off of it. You know, this is correct, maybe this is correct, but what ends up happening is you'll be right again and again until you're not. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, like I say, I'd rather be rich than right. You know what I'm saying? And this is not, to me, this is just not, it's never gospel. It is right until it ain't. And I ain't in a sometimes business. I'm looking at the stuff down here because this is accurate 99% of the time. Like, this is not, this is like hard science. I don't really know what to say. Like, unless this actual, unless the actual indicator breaks or something, like, this is not fake. You know what I'm saying? A 10-minute dot is not going to, we don't have to have this come all the way back up here to get a 10-minute dot. I promise you this. I promise you this. I don't know exactly where. It's hard for me to predict that. I don't have, like, I let it do the predicting, but, like, that's not going to happen. If this starts getting wet, you're going to see a 10-minute dot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a good entry. Look at this entry. Did I catch the top? I don't know, but I sure as hell caught a top. You feel me? I sure as hell caught a top, okay? And that's all you can do, which is, again, why I like scalping. Because it's like, if you got a good entry in the local, you're like, well, shit, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I got good at getting entries. And if you get good at getting entries, now all you got to do is take the green when you see it. And I'm telling you, I didn't even do no long-ass TA. All I did was turn on the screen. I don't even know how the hell I was on Fart. I think Fartcoin was on here. And I was like, this came all the way. I was like, hold on a minute. I was like, this came all the way back up here? I think maybe it was on the one. I was like, because I kept looking at the Bitcoin chart on TradingView. All right, let me go back. And I was on Phemex, and the Phemex window was open. I was like, what? I was like, what time frame is this? I was like, how does this? I knew we had a green day, but I haven't been watching charts all day. I've been making this video I made for Ben for his birthday party last night. Man, the party was lit last night. That party was lit. Bruh. Let me just say this. Not trying to get disrespectful up in here. To my recollection, no offense to anybody, but like, I can't recall a time I've seen more gorgeous women in one place at one time in San Francisco in my entire life. I swear to God, bro, there was some baddies up in there. I mean, models. I was like, count them, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. And they wasn't, but they like looked like models, but some was not models. One was a doctor and all kind of shit. I'm like, bruh. But watch the video I made. I only captured a piece of it, man. I put it this way. I put it to you this way. I couldn't even talk to them all. Your boy Cassius Couvé usually don't run out of women to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll make sure that I talk to every baddie at the party that night. I missed maybe one or two. You know what I mean? Like, wherever I go, we're not letting none slip between the fingers. I'm gonna make sure I get introduced. All right, I'm gonna introduce myself. They gonna know me before that night is over. You feel me, bruh? I only touched like half of them. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying on that. That party was lit. So the video I made, I think it's a fun video, fun, cool song, nice crowd. Everybody was cool, but man, it was lit. Let me just put it that way. Shout out your boy Ben out there, Ben Hopefield, man. Known him from DSO. So Web3 guy. Appreciate you, Ben. Thanks for the invite, player. And then there was other people already knew there too. My man Vince. Shout out Vince. Picked up my homeboy Adam. We met some cool people. Hung out with a chick afterwards. She was a character. Web3 people are always characters. I know damn well I'm a character. That's okay. I like my character. Here we go. We got some wicks, baby. Oh, look. I'm on TradingView. We got some wicks, man. I don't think this is the truth. Listen, this is what I think. This is just, okay, I'm going to leave this one on the screen. This is a total guess, okay? I don't like it because I think we're about to go flat for a while. I do. However, I don't think I'm going to get stopped. Oh, I keep on saying I got to put in my stop loss. Let me do my little fake prediction. It's a fake prediction. This is my fake prediction. This turns into a little bit of a head and shoulders. I think we go like so, and then back down. That's my prediction, okay? I'm going to leave this line here. I'm going to leave that one here. I think we maybe do a little something like this, okay? Which is all, if you notice, all I'm doing is trying to mimic the other side. That's it. You know what people can do? You can do arrows. So what you can do is you can go these arrows. You can be like, okay, let's see. You can go like this. Down. Let's say there's too many damn arrows. Let's just say like this. What if say did this? You know, just roughly. Come on up here. Oh, I didn't do it high enough, but whatever. Down to here. You know, there's a little more zigzag. Assume I did a few more arrows zigzag, but basically this is what a head and shoulders is, okay? So this is a shoulder, this is the head. Head and shoulders patterns do, I was talking shit about pattern trading earlier, but on the cup and handle, but head and shoulders patterns do tend to come true. And you got a little dead cat bounce. And then you come back down, right? So that's a head and shoulders pattern, basically, roughly, okay? Oops. Just trying to swing it. Right? It should mirror the other side is what it tends to do, okay? On signs of reversals, right? Things don't go straight up or straight down. You get a little zigzag, okay? So that's your Cassius Couvé TA on the price chart, all right? My problem with people doing this is all they see, and they ignore the shit down here, and then they get wrecked with, oh, it was invalidated. Well, yeah, because you wasn't looking at the most important part. All you're doing is eating the frosting, bro. You got to eat the cake. The cake's down here. 80% of it is down here. It is the frosting. It's delicious, and it's pretty, and you draw pictures on it. Somebody sent me a friend request. I don't really do many friend requests on Discord, just to everybody know, because there's too many scammers on there. I don't even DM anybody on Discord. You got to DM me on Twitter or something else, or make a comment underneath my YouTube channel if you want to talk to me, because I don't. There's just too many scammers on there. As a general rule, so that way everybody knows if you got a DM from Cassius Couvé TA, it wasn't me. You know, I'll never DM you. It's even in the name. So, anyways, we're gonna leave this here. This is my little fake ass prediction. Now, what I need to do, I'm installing for an hour. Got to put in my stop loss. I caught such a good entry, though. It is what it is. You feel me? So my stop loss, though, here we go. So back to Phemex. Booyah. Stop loss. Okay, so this is, I remember why I was back over here. So this is the rules of trading, right? Before we break it, learn the rules. So people will put a stop loss, generally speaking, just above the last swing wick high. So this is a wick here, right? The last time there was a swing trade, I don't know why they call it a swing wick, actually. I can't even remember. But the last wick high is where people put a stop loss. So you see this wick? Oh, shit. Get you on TradingView. So you see this wick here? This is the last time we had a high. This is on a 1 hour chart, right? Because I'm doing a longer term trade, not the 10-minute. The last high, if I was doing a 10-minute, it'd be easy. The last wick high was basically where I entered. I would say, okay, if it breaks above that, I'm going to get out and wait and watch and then enter again. But that's because I have to sit there and wait and watch it, right? I'm scalping. When you're scalping, you're waiting and watching. But when you're long-term trading, you know, I'm not going to be here after the stream and sitting here watching it all night. So we're on a 1 hour. Okay, this is our 1 hour. And this is just for some perspective, right? This is Wednesday, a couple days ago. This is the previous Wednesday, the 25th. This is Monday, the 25th, okay? This is what they call a double top, by the way. Anyways, so you're like, okay, what might happen? If I'm wrong, right, my thesis is that this goes down. I got to cut my losses at some point because the trend might just continue to just blow up in my face. Again, I got a red dot here. I feel pretty good about it. But, you know, all these other high time frames are still going up. This is going up. The shit might just, it might do this and go up. I got to talk about my take profit, too. But first things first, we're going to protect our downside. So, real quick, I guess my thesis, I will tell you. My thesis, because you want to have an exit strategy when you have an enter strategy. And my exit strategy is that I think we're coming lower. That's what I think. Okay, but that's my thesis. My exit strategy will be taking profit on a deep wick on a higher time frame, probably the 1 hour. Okay, I need to see a 1 hour come down, and give me something that makes me think it ain't going lower. I'm gonna be looking for a green dot to probably take that. I'll put it to you this way: if I was sitting here and I saw this move, I'd probably take the damn profit and call it a night. You know what I'm saying? In 2 hours, you make that much money. Just give me my money, bro. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I'd be mad if it went lower, but I wouldn't be mad because I know my system is protecting me in the long run. So I don't got to go to sleep with a trade open. Anyways. I know, God, I'm Mr. Tangent, but that's okay. Stop loss. I just want to show you that my exit plan was that I'm believing that we're coming lower, like significantly. This is the second time we got a clip of the red dot about at the 75 line. Third time, actually. Enough's enough. You guys had your fun today. That was a dead cat bounce. Again, I can be invalidated. It's the weekend. Crypto can get funny, but I'm not feeling the love right now. All right, I think everyone thinks this is fake. Fart coin overstayed its welcome. Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? Flat as hell. That's why I said I think we'll probably go a little bit kind of flat for a minute. But okay, so where do I put my stop loss before we head lower? General rule of thumb would be, the general rule of thumb would be above this, right? Above this guy, but just above it. Just above it, right? So I might put a stop loss for me. I made this up for myself. I use this stuff over here, and I just go like this. I go like this, and I change stop loss to a dark red. It's just what I do. Style, go here. This is me. I just do that. That's my color for stop loss. I go to tech. I don't even need to write stop loss, but I could. I like writing orange to see it a little bit better. And it's a little above. Okay, what was that price at? Just by looking at it, right? It's either that, or I'm averaging down and I'm going here, but there's a little bit different strategy. That's not what we're looking at right now. So this is 5,777. So we're gonna come over here and when I say over here on Phemex, right here is where you enter your stop loss and take profits. Okay. And we will enter take profits. But first, let's do a stop loss. You just click it, thing opens up. And what I said was 5,777. So we got to. Don't worry about partial and trailing stuff right now. Stop loss. Let's say I like to put in a number and then adjust it. What are you giving me? All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just move the thing, right? So 5,777 is what? Because sometimes you need a sanity check, and maybe 5,777 is too damn much. 93%. Uh-oh. That 10x leverage might be fucking me. Hold on. So up here's my liquidation price. That's above my liquidation price. So that's too damn high. All right. So I'll get liquidated if we go way up there. That ain't going to work. So good to know. So now, let's see. Liquidation price on here. Oh, right here. 5758. So 5777 is too. I'd be liquidated by then. So that's too much. It looked kind of big, to be honest with you. I don't really think it's going that high. You know what I'm saying? But that's a sanity check, right? So this is why I said you got to learn the rules of trading before you break it, right? So if your rule told me the wick high, that would make sense, but it don't make sense on 10x leverage. If it was higher leverage, if it was lower leverage, then I would have more wiggle room, but I don't have it. And that's fine because I chose the amount of money that I wanted to risk. So, okay, so where would I put my next stop loss? Well, like I said, it might be more above my entry, really. But where is the next wick that was above my entry? It was here or it's here. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these wicks. Oh, God damn it. I'm looking at these wicks over here, okay? Because where were we? We were up here when I said 5,777. That's too high. I get liquidated. Then I got my wick here where I got entered, so that was the last high wick. So I want something a little bit higher than that, just in case you get a scam wick. So what was the previous wick levels? I'm looking at this wick here, these wicks here, and I'm like, okay, get me just above this last. This is the scam wick, right? Let me get above this last little red wick here. It's hard to say. So, but what you would do is I'm looking at some of that, and then I'm cross-referencing it with what it is on Phemex. So now it's 54.65. So now 54.65. Remember when I put in something here? I could slide this now. I'm going to 54.65. Let's see what that's. Let's just go. 54.65. This shows you it right here. 34% on a 10x leverage. That's not bad. You know, I lose a third of my money. I don't have much on it. $100 it'd be a $34 loss. That's not that bad, right? If I was doing a 3-to-1 leverage, that's not that bad. I'll take that. Okay. So now I click it, and it puts it there. Now on the hourly, boy, it looks like it's a tight squeeze, and maybe it is. It's okay to have a tight squeeze, but we were looking at it mostly on the 10-minute. Kind of lagging here. So on the 10-minute, yeah, it's just a little bit above that. I'm wrong. Basically, I was wrong. I thought I called the top, right? And I'd be wrong if it broke above that top, meaning I don't know how much higher it's going to go, and I get stopped out. And I'll live with that consequence because I think I did a good job calling the top. But, like, I would have been wrong if I had done it here, you know. So now we're going to enter the take profit. Okay, let's go back to – oh, shit. I wasn't on Phemex. I wanted to show you this. So you can see it on Phemex when I entered it. It entered it here, which is pretty tight, right? But that's what I want. I don't want to lose a lot of money. So now we're going to go back to TradingView. Where do I want to do my take profit? If this is the big one, right? I'm thinking this is the reversal, man. This is the home run or whatever I'm thinking. Like, honestly, I don't want to have a take profit. I check this shit all day. As long as I don't lose, I think we're going down, right? That's my thesis. I think that stocks falling is going to make crypto seem bearish. But I don't know. It's the weekend. Weekend's kind of weird. Do I want this to be a short-term, long-term? Not when I say long-term, not long-term, but I'm basically thinking we're going to get a big drop because of this momentum wave. It had a nice run up. It's time for a reversal. So what you could do is you could set an alert. It's kind of hard because by the time of this dot turned green, it would probably would have given back a lot of money. But you could set like a green dot on a 15-minute, something like that. I was up late last night, bro. I got home at like after 4 in the morning. Till like almost damn near 5. Anyways, like I said, I think we're doing this shit. We'll call it here. And if I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm green, we'll take it. So this is just my little formula. Instead of the red line, I'll do the bright blue. I'll do one of these. Give me my money if it hits there. Why there? I'm looking at this wick here. You know, I'm looking at where it found support somewhere around here. This wick here. This is on the 1-hour chart. You know, I'm not getting too greedy. This is, like I said, this 5-day moving average is yellow. You know, that might meet him there. You know, if it continued, it might meet him there. Got some confluence with what might be support with this moving average. Might want to bump off of it. Give me my money if we get there and I'm asleep or whatever. If I wake up and I'm close to it, maybe I'll adjust it. Or maybe I think, oh shit, we're about to go higher and I'll just get out the trade. But for now, just for the sake of having safety in it, like if I go to the hospital tomorrow, hopefully that won't happen. If somehow I can't trade, I'll have a take profit and a stop loss both in there, so I'm not in the trade forever. Like, give me my money. So now, what line is this? 4656. So now we go here. Oh, you're gonna have to add to it. Oh, right here, edit. They changed this. I've been on the phone app so long on Phemex, it really actually changed on the computer a couple ways. So now take profit, that's up here. And I said 4656, right? You click it, you click just in here and they start giving you this line. And I let it go, do a little bit. What the? Oh, yeah. It's going down, you see. It's going down. So they only give you so much, right? But I'm going for the big kahuna on this. Maybe I'm going for too much. I'm going for 119%. So now, okay, so this is 119%. Okay, so check it out. Now, remember when we talked about the 3-to-1 ratio stuff, 4-to-1 ratio, whatever the case may be? Now, here's your ratio. My ratio is if I'm wrong, I'm losing 34%. If I'm right, I'm gaining 119%. So what that means is 1 unit down is 34, and it's about 3-to-1. It's a little bit more than 3-to-1, almost 4-to-1. I don't know exactly what that math is, but basically This is a fair setup. It's a fair in the sense that it's following the rules in trading in the sense that you're getting a good bang for your buck here. Like if your thesis is that prices are going lower, I'm letting myself get like a decent amount of money as a win, and if I lose, I'm losing 1 unit to 3. So now let me get that thing up. We'll just put it on here just to see now. The thing I don't use anymore, but I do like it. Where the hell is it? I don't know how I lost it. Yeah, short position. I don't know why I thought. All right. So where are we? We're here. Look, money is going my way. Oh, let me go to 10 minute real quick. See, look, it's already trying to do what I did. I probably did this dot a little bit. I mean, that line a little bit farther, but it's already doing what I thought it would do. And we never got a 10-minute green dot. You see, we never got a 10-minute green dot down here. See, this shit. Bro, like, I don't really know what to tell y'all. I be right more than I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit, Market Cipher B is legit. And I don't think people really be seeing that. That's why I had to do this live stream. Like, you guys, like, you know, you could be, this shit always works, bro. Like, this doesn't lie. This indicator is not a liar. All the other shit, these lines you draw, everything else is subjective. If I drew it, it's a subjective situation. I didn't make this blue wave. I didn't make this blue wave. It's a derivative of, like, the MACD. I don't know how you would build it from scratch, but this shit is legit, okay? Anyways. I was going to draw this thing. So we entered. Where I entered? No, I entered up here. So you put it where you first entered, here. And that's the thing, right? Let me get it on the screen here. And we said the stop loss. So you could pull it down manually to get it to that line, but it's hard. It jumps around and shit. If you hold shift, by the way, Henry, if you hold shift on these lines, it can help you out move it. Can we get the damn arrow? It'll help you move it a little more smoothly. Whereas it wants to do like units and snap, if I hold shift, it'll give me that, right? But honestly, if you really want to make it accurate, really the best way to do it is I don't like fucking with this thing. It's so fucking annoying. I make it wide. You just double click it. You open this shit up. You go to inputs. You can put in more information. I don't use all the information. I just put in your entry price. We'll do it. I got to get my entry price from Phemex. Oh, no. I have it here. Oh, no, I don't, because that was the one I did before I got on the screen. That was the one, the secret I told y'all. I cheated and did it before I came live on my private one for a lot more money. Okay, Phemex. My entry is here, or it's here. Mark price is 5103. No. Entry is right here, not mark price. Entry is right here, 5287. Right? 5287. And this screen be small for me, but it's also off to the side. 5287. Come back. Oh, son of a bitch. Double click on this. 5287 was the entry price, Henry. You put it here, 5287. Got what? Profit level. What'd I say? It was 49 something. I don't remember. Let's just go like this real quick. I still can take a. Oh, this is how I used to do it. I would just double click the shit. Oops. Double click the line. I would just copy and paste the shit. Coordinates. I just copy this. I used to have to do this so fast. I'm in like 20 tickers. I'm doing hella shit. Okay. No, that's a stop. Profit take profit. Just need some reps again to do this fast. Even me, I need reps doing this shit again. I don't use this thing anymore. It was fun while it lasted. Everyone uses it though, so I don't want I want to teach you the rules of trading before you break them. So let's use it because everybody uses it. And now stop loss is right here. So now just double click on this. Come on. Try and double click on this red stop loss line. Boom. Coordinates. Copy and paste the shit. So now this thing is exactly perfect, okay, to the decimal point or whatever, right? I don't have to like draw it and drag it and do all that stupid shit and be a little bit off or whatever. No, it ain't. What the hell? My entry didn't get saved. Oh, it did. It did. I'm sorry. This is correct. Don't let this distract you. I kind of want to. This line is going to throw you guys off. I'm not going to keep. I'm going to fix it because it's not fair. That was for my personal one, but I'm misleading you with that. My entry was this here. I'm just going to do it, copy it, and we're going to put it here. I got a better entry on my bigger amount. So forgive me. What the fuck? Copy, fool. This song was tight. Yeah, okay. So now, did you see that magic? Voila. Instead of having to drag it and try to get perfect, you're going to have to click on it anyways to get it perfect. So now you see that this widget, I don't know what the hell this widget is actually called, but the short widget, just call it a short position. What do they call this thing? Just short position is a short position widget. Shows my entry was where, you know, where the line separated. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't need this line, to be honest with you. That's why I'm going to put it back. I wouldn't even need this line. You wouldn't. I draw those lines because people just use this. You don't even need the lines. I just did the lines because I find I can do it faster than drawing this thing. And then also you have to keep. And then also you gotta lock it. So let me double check this. And then where's lock? All right. Right click on it. Then you want to lock it. Lock it. So now you don't actually move it. Because if you don't have it locked, watch what happens. If you don't have it locked, you actually. Maybe it stays locked. If you don't have it locked. Because you click to grab and move this, but then you try to click and grab, and then you mess around and do that. So you want to lock it. So right-click on it and click lock. Okay, now that's on there. So now if we click on it and grab it, we move in the screen instead of it. So now it's in place. But then what happens is time goes by and it's doing all this shit, and you're like, oh, I want to make it wider. But then can we when it's locked? I don't know if we can while it's locked. We can't while it's locked. So I got to unlock it again. That's why this thing's just annoying to me. I love its purpose. I actually do love how it visualizes it, though. I just do it faster now. So we go, okay, boom. There we are. Somewhere between now and then, I think, and maybe it'll go longer. Maybe it won't happen that fast, right? Maybe it won't happen as fast as I do this line. Maybe it'll do one of these, and, you know, maybe it'll do it over here or something. I don't know, you know? Ain't no telling. But this is my thesis. This is my trade setup, right? We're already at about a 1-to-1 ratio right now. Oh, that's what I was doing this for, to show you the ratio. So now to see the ratio, all you do is hold the mouse here. It tells you right here in the middle, risk to reward ratio, 3.54. So 3.5 to 1 is what I'm getting on this. That's cool. If I win this trade, if I win a trade like this, half the time I'm rich forever. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I could win a trade like that a third of the time and still be rich forever, okay? So it's a good risk to reward ratio. If this is what you believe, this is what you think, I guarantee you there's people who got it down here. Some people have, or what they'll do, this is what other people will do too. They'll have multiple points of take profit. Like they might say, okay, let me unlock this. They might be like, no, bro, this is going to do. It's coming down here. But what they'll do is, I don't know how they would draw it. They can draw however they want to draw it. Maybe they could just draw it over here on the side. They'll say, okay, this green was the first take profit, and then we'll do the next take profit on these wicks here, this next level of support where there's a lot of liquidity. There's also indicators that show liquidity, but I could just tell by looking at it. Like volume, I should say, not liquidity. That's a different thing. Volume. And you're like, of course there's a lot of volume here. The price is hella going on. And then they have the God, I can't remember what they call right now. When you have hella big move like this, people always think shit want to get filled again. And it does sometimes, but sometimes it don't. Did it fill for Bitcoin? No, but it did fill for Fartcoin. That's what I'm saying. It should be working sometimes, bro. Fuck all that sometimes. I'm trying to give my money every time. Okay? 99% of the time. And then you have a take profit like here. You know what I'm saying? So people will have this be TP1, TP2, TP3. And if they take this, and so it'd be like 1/3, another third, and they have another third going to the end, or however they want to do the math on that. Maybe they only take out 25% here, and they take out 50% here, and then they only got 25 left on the table. So then if they're wrong, it comes back up, and all the way back up and get liquidated. So that's the thing, bro. I'll be damned, me personally. I'll be damned if I come like this, and then wait for it to come like this and get liquidated. Hell nah. You wasted a week and a half waiting on some shit like that just to get liquidated. Fuck that. Give me my money, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I was really, let's say I really, really, really thought that it was going to come down here, which I kind of do. And so I'm waiting. I'll tell you what, if I get this close and then it start going like that, give me my money. I'm not going to watch my profit just go all the way away. You know what I'm saying? However, this is the thing though, even that would be if I was only doing the price chart. This is why I keep saying this. You know what I'm saying? That would be if I was only doing the price chart. The reason I'm not only doing the price chart is because I don't need to. This is going to tell me. Right? If this is going like this, down, and then we get to this one, and it's just all of a sudden starts going up, I'm going to be like, bruh, I'm getting out here. I don't give a damn what this is talking about. I cannot say it enough. Like, I get passionate about it because every fucking influencer, or whatever you call them, a TA guy, they're like, I'll draw this here. And it's like they can make money. Sure, yeah, you can make money because you're doing a good bankroll management strategy. You're cutting your losses. You got a 3.5 to 1. You got to take profit 1, 2, 3. You're going to bat them singles and you're going to make some money for sure. But, like, that's not why you're winning. That's not why your strategy worked, bro. Your strategy worked because the momentum waves was on your side. And then as soon as they went against you, you'll be talking about, oh, it was invalidated or we did pretty good. Or you start making hella excuses and you ignoring the thing that's giving you the answer. I don't have to guess anymore. The only way I'm guessing is like on an entry, really. Like gambling, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's when I first got into this trade. I was like, okay, well, maybe, you know, oops. I don't know why some things it stays on, other things it don't stay on. Did I lock it? Did I unlock it? Let me, should I leave this big ass thing on? What do you think, Henry? Should I leave this big ass thing on here or should I just, okay, we'll leave it on there. This ain't really my thesis though. But should I leave it big or should I pull it back to where I was? Right now, my take profit is here. Let's go back because my take profit is already locked in Phemex. Of course, I'll probably change it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I wake up in the morning. Is it unlocked? I got to bring it back to here. And this was the beat. Verified on these. So, okay. So what I'm about to do is erase this thing. This is what we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go by Market Cipher B, man. It tells me when to enter and exit. So, okay, so when I say I'm gambling, if you will, right, if I'm taking a chance, right, that's going to be on if I'm entering too early, probably, which is the risk I took today, right? I was betting that this 1 hour was really going to appear, and I was right in a matter of minutes, okay? The 1 hour red dot did appear right here, even though there was only a 10-minute red. Actually, when I first looked at it, there wasn't even a 10-minute red dot. I was like, this shit fake. So I entered. 10 minutes. I entered on my account, my bigger account. Then I seen the red dot here. I was like, I better enter before I go live. And I was like, let me just start the live stream early so you can see the entry. So I'm guessing, if you will, that this was, quote unquote, the top of this swing trade, this swing, you know, this trading range, that it ain't breaking up above this. That's my guess. Okay. If I was wrong, right? Let's say I was wrong. I got in too early and it does one of these and then it comes back higher again, just like it did here. Let me click on some of this. She started getting hella shit on the screen. That's what I was trying to, again, that's why I'd be trying to clean it up. But like, you know, somebody entered here thinking they got a good entry and then it blew up in their face. I promise you, it happened to somebody, right? It might have happened to me if I had been watching, right? So let's say it does that again, right? What do I do? If this green candle right here in the 1 hour decides to come all the way back here, well, I'm going to get my losses cut here. If I'm awake and if I'm watching it, I'll be waiting for the next entry. I still think things are going south. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of these are still bullish, so the price could do that, bro. It could definitely get, especially on a weekend, some little head fake, something that could, some news. Ain't no telling. Sunday, they might drop some news to try to spook the markets up again, and then on Monday they come and take them. Ain't no telling, bro. Which is, again, why I love short-term trading. But for this swing, we're going to let it ride. Fartcoin ain't the savior. So if I get stopped, I'll probably be looking for another short entry. I got a bearish bias right now on these coins, at least for the rest of today. That's pretty much it, bro. Like, it's just kind of crazy because I literally made all of these decisions in my brain in the minute before I turned on the live stream. I wasn't even going to turn on the live stream until 7. And I just fuck it, turn it on because I'm about to do a trade. Like, I did it that fast. So it's kind of hard to. I got to go and explain it, and it'd take me an hour and some change to explain what I thought about in literally 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you'll get better at it, though. You go up and down these time frames, you start looking at shit, you be like, man, this is fake. This big-ass wick, man, this is fake. You know what I'm saying? You start getting better at it. Let's look at this 10-minute. It's really doing how I drew it, too. Look. Remember, the thesis is, this is not a perfect drawing, but, you know, the way I drew either these arrows or this yellow, of course, now they cross, so I can claim to be right on either one of them. The general purpose is a head and shoulders type of circumstance, you know. Come like this, maybe get you one more bounce, right? Doesn't this look like this, kind of, right? Does this? Really, okay, you know, I'll redraw the yellow because the yellow should be actually a little bit, the yellow should be actually a little bit more like the blue, to be honest with you. If I was going to try to be accurate, I just drew it one time. Kind of hard, actually. Oh, you know why? Is it's not locked again? That's why I keep deleting it. Lock. Okay. Again, that's why I think it's just annoying. What are we doing here, bro? Just want to get rid of that line. They don't like me. Again, this is why I don't like these things. This is actually the real reason why I stopped using them. I forgot. They cover everything, and then you got to move it out the way before you can change some other shit. Are they going to let me? They let me keep. They make me keep on. No matter what they have me, I can't click on the dot. I can't click on the line. There's a way to bring it to the front or push it to the back, actually. Let me see. That line should be on top regardless, though. Anyways, it's just freaking annoying. I'm going to draw it again, though. Really, it would be probably, if it was to match this, right? Got a little hiccup. Probably a little more like that would probably be more accurate. Point is, that don't really matter. I don't think it's going back up. As a matter of fact, it's never exact. You know, I shouldn't even do that. It's never exact. It could easily go all the way back up. Retrace. And then you get a double top and come back. That could easily happen. So sometimes people will draw it better than I just drew it. But same idea. Like you have thesis 1, thesis 2, but either way, you know, you still want to trade and then, unless you're wrong. So they say, I think it's either going to take this path or this path. We'll leave both of those paths. That's a fair assumption because it could come back and retest my entry because I got such a good entry. It could come back and retest this level, and I could still be right. I just was early. That's very conceivable. Very conceivable. This 10-minute down here could do the same thing, and then boom. But I'm thinking that we're getting these three like this. We're not in a bullish. We don't have bullish sentiment right now. Not that freaking bullish. Like then again, fart coin is freaking fart coin, bro. Like people could just get bullish on fart coin for no freaking reason. That is very conceivable. I could just get fucked because it's fart coin. Like Bitcoin might do exactly what I wanted to do, and fart coin's like, haha, fuck you. That's definitely possible. But Bitcoin would be the safer one. It's just I don't want to short Bitcoin. That's the only thing. I don't want to short Bitcoin. I want to short weakness. So what I do if I was going to diversify a little bit, that's where I would come down to something that's super shitty, kind of be showing me the opposite, and that's where that jazzy me comes in. The jazz me. Like this is the one that's like a different. You never know which one will be the one that decides, but it could be this one. Let me put on 75s here. I always want to put on minus 75. I keep them permanently on the chart. You could tell I haven't really traded this on here if I don't have this on here. I'm trying to think. I went long in it, but did I ever short it? I may not have ever short. I'm trying to short new shit. Why am I doing that? Let's just stick with what I know. Let me see here. Oh, I see you wrote something. Hold on one second. Minus 7, and then you could right click this, and then you could just duplicate it. So I thought you could. Where the fuck is duplicate at? Oh, clone. Excuse me, clone it. Boom, and then you just double click it, and now we just make this 75. I gotta make this 75. Boom. Because to me, this is not that extreme, you see? If it was way up here in the 75, I would think something might be coming down. It's not that extreme. And then you look at the RSIs, they're kind of going up. I don't know. I mean, Jasmine, as shitty as it's been, is like, maybe it's just too shitty. It doesn't look like it wants to go down right now. This one always wants to go down. I should have shorted this shit up here, bro. Like I'm already in this short. Oh my god, I got the best entry on this motherfucker. This is how I passed my evaluation on Breakout prop. Fucking around with Degen. Look at this. I literally entered here. It would be a bigger percentage if it was actually a bigger. I maxed out the leverage they'll let you have on it. They don't let you have as much. Let me see real quick. Okay. Noticed unrealized P&L number goes up when the market is trading down. No, that's just because you were short. Okay, and the red candle, yeah, you were short. So prices were going, of course your P&L went up. The P&L is how much money you make. That's what that is. Profit and loss. So if you're green on the P&L, it's because you're winning. Now, if you were short, that means price is going down. If you're long, that means price is going up. That's what that means. So it wasn't like a coincidence. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Once you know what P&L is, and then you obviously know what a red candle is and price is, then you realize, okay, that makes perfect sense. It's because you must have been shorting. Ask me another question, man, because I got to jump off here. I'm fading. If you ain't got nothing else for today, we good. But you got me now live on the charts. Now's the time because I can't be answering text messages. All right. We got this here. See, I don't know. This is still, Farcoin wants to do his thing. We'll see. Shrink it. You mean zoom in? This is the thesis for Farcoin, ladies and gentlemen. The old Farcoin. I think it's bullshit and it's going down. That's what I think about it. We will see. We're going to leave that there. Oh, you're in the Discord too. See here. Yeah, I'm fading, man. I partied enough last night for today's live stream. But we got in the Farcoin trade, and I did actually put some real money on it, so we'll see what happens. I got a shit. Did I set a stop loss in my private one? Probably not. What fucking leverage did I do? I think it was on 10x. Let me see. It's on the phone. Oh, yeah, I didn't put a stop loss yet. What are we doing? We're stop lossing at 54.65. Yeah, you better do it, because I don't know. This is Farcoin, bro. I go to sleep and this shit shoots to the moon, and I give back everything. I'm not going to do that. It's not worth the risk. All right. I'm a hodl mine, and I'll never spell clout without a dollar sign. That was the beat. NFT means never forget the time. More Gen Z. Who the real friends be? Plus the ballers who got 100K clout. Ain't nothing to play about. Back in the day, in a passionate way. Cash Cuvée, peace. Man, I be spitting, bro. That's what got me verified on DSO. That was the beat. All right, Hen Dog. You just realized you had it all backwards. Hey, but you know what? You're going to have endless epiphanies in this game. So, first things first, just like anything, you're going to learn the platform. Okay. The only way you're going to do is by touching it, playing with it. Little amounts of money here or there. You're going to lose some on the fees or whatever. That's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do is really try to play with it, and I'm going to guide you as best I can. That's about it, man. I got to wrap this up for tonight, man. We're gonna leave this bull market energy faded when Ben Armstrong got his ass locked up. But this was the beat, though. This was the beat. I'm bit, boy. Don't doubt me. I forgot that's on his channel. I don't want it to block my shit. Damn. All right, man. We signing off. It's your boy Cash Cuvée. I'm kind of tired, man. We did it big last night. Hey, check my Twitter and my Instagram story. The Instagram story don't got the whole thing. Twitter got it. I'm gonna have to post this on shit. I might have to put this on YouTube. Sure, I don't know what I'm doing on. Anyways, holla at your boy. I'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm just doing 7 p.m. so I make it easy until further notice. Maybe I'll do a different time. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to be able to tell your friends, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit, make a comment. I'm not the best at shilling that shit. We out.